Obviously with Teasley's 2 at the end of the ball game, but also Stevenson knocked down 2 in that fourth quarter as well. And Altamont was 4 of 14 from beyond the arc. North Clay shot the ball pretty well, 16 of 39 from the field, and they were excellent at the free throw line, 14 of 17 there. They were also 3 of 9 from three-point range. They out-rebounded Altamont 29-20, but turnovers were their issues as they had 28 of them throughout the contest. Altamont had 17 and 6 of them in the fourth quarter, but they survived to get the three-point victory. Individually, 16 for Mitchell Stevenson on 4 of 17 shooting from the field. He was 6 of 6 at the free throw line, but he grabbed 8 rebounds. 16 points from Alec Biggs. He was 8 of 19 from the floor with a couple of boards. 8 points for Denver Dukewitz, 3 for 3 from the field, 1 of 3 at the line, 2 rebounds. 6 points from Noah Teasley, 2 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line with a rebound as well. 5 points for Aiden Yarhouse, 2 for 4 from the field, but 4 rebounds. And Caleb Witt was 2 for 4 from the field, 0 for 1 at the line. He had 3 rebounds to go with his 4 points. Quincy Aldridge had 14 to lead North Clay as he was 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 at the line. He had 5 rebounds. 13 points for Bryce Holkenbrink, 3 of 6 from the field, 6 of 6 at the line, 4 rebounds, 13 points. And he held Mitchell Stevenson to 2 points in the second half, playing some tremendous defense. Also a double-double from Reese Blank. He was 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 at the line, 13 points, 10 rebounds. 5 points for Alan Reinhardt on 2 of 4 shooting. He was 1 of 1 at the line with 3 rebounds. Also, Caden Turner didn't score tonight. He was 0 for 4, but he grabbed 7 rebounds. Tyson Jones, 2 for 5 from the field with 5 points, and Nick Miller was 0 for 2 from the field, 2 of 3 from the line. He had 2 points for North Clay as they fell to Altamont 55-52. And now that brings us to our next matchup between St. Anthony and Neoga. These two teams squared up, just over a week ago, or just less than a week ago, I guess it was. Wasn't it, Greg?
Well, it's been a couple of weeks, but we had a good time up there, Dustin and me, at Neoga, and it was a situation where I thought St. Anthony was going to run off and hide, and we were going to have one of those ho-hum Tuesday night games. Well, it was anything but ho-hum as Neoga put on a furious rush and made it every bit a ball game. St. Anthony got the win, but that was my first indication that Neoga was a team I'd like to watch a little more, and we're getting a chance this week. They're a fun ball club, and so we'll see how the rematch goes tonight.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the starters. First for the visitors in this contest, that will be the Neoga Indians. They will start the same 5 they started the other night as Reese Johnson, the 5'10 freshman, will handle the point guard responsibilities. He had 11 points in their victory as he wears number 20. Drew Raymert will handle the ball quite a bit as well out on the perimeter. Raymert, a 6-foot senior, had 12 in the win. He wears number 23. Caleb Hill, a 6'1 senior, had 10 points. He wears number 31. Clayton Butler plays inside. He's a 6-foot senior, number 34, had 8 points. And Jackson Clark also in double figures in their victory as he scored 12 points as he's a 6'1 senior wearing number 33. For the St. Anthony Bulldogs, they'll return to their normal starting lineup, as that means that Cade Walsh will handle the point. The 6-foot senior had 12 points in their victory. He wears number 3. He'll be joined by Alex Daters, number 13, a 6'2 senior with 11 tournament points. Adam Levitt has 16 points here in the NTC as he's a 6'2 senior wearing number 21. And Alex Beasley has 9 points, the 6'4 senior wears number 43. And rounding out the starting lineup this time is Jack Nuxall, the 6'2 senior, wears number 23. He has 8 tournament points thus far. Brandon Runge is slipping back out of the starting lineup. He'll be the 6th or 7th man, depending on what they need. Runge had 6 in the tournament thus far. Luke Ludwig and Jacob Dusk will also probably make some appearances off the bench for Coach Cody Rinker. The Bulldogs are 18-2 on the season. Neoga, under Coach Bob Lockhart, is 9-8 on the campaign thus far.
They didn't play a Thanksgiving tournament, so that's why only 17 games for them, but they're making up ground now. Over 500, and the improvement we've seen out of Neoga this last couple of years is remarkable. They just were having a real struggle a couple of years ago. They weren't winning much last year, and to have them over 500 in the National Trail Conference, that's saying something. So Neoga certainly in a position to do some cool things. St. Anthony is so good, though. They're so big, and they're so quick, and they play such great defense, and they rebound well, and they shoot the ball well. They're number one seed, and they ought to be. They are just a load.
Well, we're getting set for action here from the 83rd Annual National Trail Conference Tournament as the St. Anthony Bulldogs are getting their lineups announced to this big crowd. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with the tip on 97.9 XFM.
Imagine that.
And Neoga. Neoga will be wearing their red uniforms with white numbers trimmed in black. St. Anthony wearing their home white uniform with red numbers, and they've got just a hint of blue on those uniforms as well as we are getting set for action here. As the officials have them centered up, and the tip is controlled by St. Anthony.
Darren Moses, Kevin Grigg, Gary Westjohn, our officials for this one tonight.
Moses split the lane and tossed the ball in the air, and we're underway.
No Red Sea at half court.
St. Anthony working the ball around the perimeter. They've got a top of the key with Adam Levitt. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound tapped out, but it's tracked down by Drew Raymond of Neoga. And here come the Indians. Reese Johnson gets it across the timeline, spins it over on the side to Clark. Clark back out top to Butler. Butler looks right side to Hill. Hill sees the double team coming, got it to Johnson, who takes the right baseline, is cut off down there. Now has picked up his dribble in the corner, needs some help, looks for the cutter, that's Hill. Passes off of him, out of bounds, as St. Anthony, like they do, made it tough on Neoga that first trip.
Great crowd, as you said. Whole lot of red here tonight. Man, they're listening in Georgia, I hear. Alex Dater's aunts down there in Georgia. So hi, Aunt Mary.
Walsh crosses the timeline, dished it off, got it back. He's on the right wing. Now he finds up top Jack Nuxall, who works to the elbow of the free throw line. Shot no good. Rebound Reese Johnson. Quick outlet ahead to Hill. Drives in. Shot is blocked down, out of bounds. It'll stay with Neoga, though, under the basket.
Somebody's going to score.
Yes.
I predict.
Just a minute into the ball game here. Neoga works the inbounds to Johnson. Fakes the three, and apparently he took a step. So a traveling violation against the Indians.
That's a couple of trips and a couple of turnovers on Neoga. They'll have to clean that up. Got to get the opportunities while they present themselves, especially against this St. Anthony team. They are opportunistic.
Alex Daters comes into backcourt. He'll run the point position. Now he gets it over to Walsh. Walsh gets a screen from Levitt. Little screen and roll towards the basket. Spins into the lane. Hooks up a shot, and it's good.
Great move by Adam Levitt. He has played so well the last couple of months for St. Anthony.
Bob Lockhart's pretty convinced it was a travel, but the officials didn't agree. Neoga brings it up court to Butler. Butler on the right wing is double teamed, takes it down in the corner. That's usually not a good idea. Tried to pass it out of there, and the ball is knocked away and finally picked up by St. Anthony's Nuxall. He saves it. They push it ahead to Daters for a corner three. Shot no good. Rebound Beasley. Out top to Walsh. St. Anthony leading 2-0 with 6:15 on the clock, and Walsh goes baseline. Literally stepped on the baseline for a St. Anthony turnover.
Their first of the evening. Bob Lockhart just checking with Darren Moses, making sure about anything. Just a chat.
St. Anthony's picking up in a full court zone 1-2-2. Neoga gets it across the timeline. They work it to Clark in the lane. Drives towards the hoop, sticks it up and in.
Clark hadn't been starting. He's moved into the starting lineup. He's kind of like the young man for North Clay that's moved into the starting lineup. He's just doing a whale of a job.
St. Anthony working it around the perimeter. There's a screen and roll out top. Beasley works into the lane. Forces up a tough shot. No good. Got his own rebound. Kisses this one off the glass, and it's good.
Nice second effort. He's got both St. Anthony's rebounds. Reese Blank is who I was talking about for North Clay. They have really excelled since getting in the starting lineup. Walsh got a little happy on defense here.
Raymert got it across the timeline, and Walsh bumped into him. Good, strong ball handling there by Raymert, and drew the foul on Walsh.
First foul of the evening. First foul of this game.
Hill throws it in the backcourt where Reese Johnson has it. Fires it up to Raymert on the right side, but he's way out on the perimeter. Now they go to Butler, top of the key. Butler over to Hill. 3 from the wing. Got it.
That was good from the moment it left his hand.
Caleb Hill gives Neoga a 5-4 advantage, but that didn't last long. Just blasting it up court was Alex Daters, and he sticks it up and in.
He got good speed.
Yes, he does. Here's Neoga trapped as they get across the timeline, but Johnson stayed with it, got it to Clark, who put up a shot, and we've got a foul whistled on the battle for the board.
And it's going to be out of bounds to St. Anthony. Neoga fouled on the battle. Butler gets the foul. First foul on the Indians.
So 3 minutes into this first quarter, it's 6-5 St. Anthony. They're bringing the ball up with the 1-point advantage. Walsh crosses the timeline, leaves it on the side to Nuxall. Nuxall pounded, but he got it safely to Levitt in the right corner. Now out top the key Beasley. He'll fire that 3, and he buries that 3.
He didn't used to shoot that shot, but he's hit that head of the key 3 several times over the course of this season for St. Anthony.
St. Anthony leads by 4 as Neoga crosses the timeline. Skip pass across to Raymert from Johnson, back to Johnson. He calls out the play from between the center circle and the top of the key. Now looks for Butler right wing. Butler sees Clark pop out top, finds him at the top of the key. Now to Johnson right side. Johnson loads up a quick 3. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Levitt as he just couldn't get control of it, trying to save it in.
Adam thought he had it, and then he noticed, and it landed out of bounds.
And we've seen the ball squirt out of a few players' hands tonight. Here's the inbounds from Hill. He fires it out top to Butler, who goes to Raymert. Raymert from the top of the key finds Clark, who drives into the lane. Floats up a 10-footer. It's no good. Beasley a rebound. Raymert gets in there to tie him up. The possession arrow favors Neoga, so Neoga will inbounds underneath their basket.
Popular call. I had my head down. I'm taking the official's word.
It was on the other end of the court, so I am too. 9-5 the score halfway through this first quarter. Hill still looking to get it inbound. Still looking, didn't do it. 5-second call whistled against Neoga.
That's tough. And it's Neoga's 4th turnover already. And St. Anthony can do this to you.
Boy, they're long. You notice their size, but then you notice their quickness right away. That's a great combination. As Nuxall has it on the right side for the Bulldogs. Takes it to the top of the key where he leaves it with Levitt. Levitt hands it over to Daters. Back to Levitt. Baseline jumper around and finally good.
Got the roll.
Adam Levitt has 4, and it's 11-5 advantage for St. Anthony as they are slowly pulling away here in this first quarter.
Bulldogs over 50% from the field so far.
Neoga really needs a bucket this trip. They have it with Raymert right wing. He crosses over, starts to go to the baseline, hesitates. Now he does take the baseline. Draws a crowd, kicks it to Johnson in the left corner. Johnson spins on the baseline, leaves it with Hill. He'll square up for a long 2. It's no good. Rebound pulled out of the air by Nuxall. Outlet pass ahead to Walsh. Driving for the layup. It's good. And Neoga's going to take a timeout. 3:14 to play in the first quarter. St. Anthony pushes their lead to 8 as they lead 13-5. You're listening to the NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
As his team's trailing by 8 with 3:14 to play in the first quarter.
8 points down to St. Anthony. They're real good about making that 15 if you blink, so Indians really would like to score this trip.
Substitutions for the Bulldogs as Luke Ludwig and Brandon Runge are in the ball game as Neoga gets it across the timeline, and Raymert is immediately double-teamed. He's dribbling away from it, though, gets all the way down to the right baseline. Then he's fouled as he tried to get into the paint.
Second foul on St. Anthony. This one goes against Runge, who had just come in, as Matt mentioned. Brandon's first foul, of course. St. Anthony's second.
Inbound goes in the corner to Reese Johnson. His right corner 3, no good. Rebound comes out long. Walsh got it ahead to a driving Daters. Daters' shot rolled off, and on the fight for the rebound, a foul's whistled again against Neoga.
This one goes against 3-4. That's Clayton Butler. his second. See, Neoga's got 2 fouls, but Clayton's got them both, and he's out right now.
So that means Mitchell Cornell, the 6'2 junior, comes in to replace him. Walsh looking to trigger the inbound, still looking. Fires it on the wing to Alex Daters, who fires a 3, and he buries it.
That's a nice inbound play.
So all of a sudden, St. Anthony's up 11, 16-5. 2:40 to play in the first quarter. Johnson crosses the timeline, leaves it with Hill left wing. Gets it out top. That's Butler with it. No, make it rather Clark. Clark goes to Cornell, who loads up a 3 from the left wing. No good, and 3 grabbed the rebound. Cade Walsh came out of there with it for St. Anthony. Pushed it up ahead to Alex Daters. Hill got back, though, to shut him down. He goes to Walsh, back to Daters on the wing for 3, and Alex hits that one as well.
Got one from each side. Timeout, Neoga.
Yep, Neoga's going to take another timeout with 2:13 to play in the first quarter. So timeouts within a minute on the clock. Neoga sees their lead, or sees the lead of St. Anthony balloon to 19-5. You're listening to NTC Tournament Action on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more.
Save $10 on a pair of Napa Exact Fit wiper blades. Napa hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 7:30 to 4:30. Effingham Napa Auto Parts Store, just south of the Baker Street overpass at 1201 South Baker in Effingham.
2:10 and counting in the first quarter as Neoga works the inbounds to Reese Johnson. He crosses the timeline, sees the trap coming, gets it to Raymert. Back to Johnson out top. They swing it over on the side to Jackson Clark. Clark finds Hill top of the key to Raymert left wing. St. Anthony in the man-to-man defensively as Cornell pops out top to catch the pass. He needs some help now as he's picked up his dribble, but he got it off safely to Jackson Clark, who finds Raymert. Raymert now is going to try to penetrate the lane. Shuffles it off to Cornell, sends it to Clark. Clark's on the left side, now to Hill. He'll try a 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Alex Daters. He pushes it up the middle of the court, gets it to Levitt inside. He stops, pops, shot off the glass is good. Transition points galore for St. Anthony.
They're killing it, and their percentage is tremendous. They're up around 60% from the floor in this quarter.
21-5 the score with 1:15 to play in the first quarter as St. Anthony has the lead. Neoga working the ball around the perimeter. Holding it on the side is Jackson Clark. He backs it out to Caleb Hill. They go over to, I believe that's Clark again. Clark looks at Cornell on the right wing. He skips a pass to Raymert. Raymert holding, backs it out towards the center circle. Now Cornell's way out on the perimeter. They go to Johnson right side. Back to Clark. Clark tries to penetrate, gets to the free throw line before he's cut off and sends it to Johnson right wing. He hooks the pass to Cornell, back to Johnson, corner 3 off the heel, the rim no good. Runge a rebound, and he's fouled from behind as he secured the ball.
And that shot looked good. St. Anthony would talk about all kinds of kids scoring. They've got 5 different kids with a rebound. They just come at you in waves. And now, pointing that out, Daters down and Nuxall's back.
Lane Andrews checks in for Neoga. He replaces Jackson Clark, I do believe.
You're correct.
Walsh is back in the ball game. Having a seat is Alex Daters. Cade Walsh fires a pass up ahead to Nuxall. They get it in the corner to Levitt. Skip pass out to Walsh. Back across to Nuxall. Looks like they're holding for the last shot, and why not? They're up 21-5 with 22 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Walsh checks the clock, now gets it to Ludwig. Ludwig pass, though, is tipped and stolen by Johnson. He drives for the layup, and he got it to go. Reese Johnson takes advantage of St. Anthony's second turnover of the quarter, but here comes the Bulldogs. They push it up in the corner 3 for Levitt, no good. Rebound's tipped, and it goes out of bounds with 0.4 seconds on the clock. It's Neoga's ball, but we'll see what they can do with 0.4 and the length of the court to go.
This will be exciting.
Hill looking to fire the inbound, got it to Raymert, who just catches it and throws it to the official. So after one quarter of action, it's the St. Anthony Bulldogs with a 21-7 lead over the Neoga Indians. at the 83rd Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
As a Special Pet Foods, where your special pet's palate is our priority. All the best brands with none of the hassle, located at Rickleman Plaza in Effingham.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
1994 Midwest.
Bears out the score. St. Anthony 9 of 15 from the field, 60%, 3 of 6 on threes. 7 rebounds, just 2 turnovers. Neoga 3 of 11, 27% from the field, 1 for 6 on threes, 3 rebounds, 4 turnovers. Neither team's gone to the line tonight.
St. Anthony ball to start the second quarter of action. They're working it around the perimeter. Neoga has come out in a 2-3 zone this trip. St. Anthony has it with Levitt. Levitt skip pass, tipped, but able to control it is the Bulldogs. Now another pass is tipped, but Walsh is there to get it top of the key. He hands it to Levitt, who fires up a 3, and Adam Levitt buries one from the perimeter. He has 9 already, and it's 24-7 in favor of St. Anthony.
And it's 4 made threes for St. Anthony already.
Paneling off top is Neoga, and they've got it with Lane Andrews. Andrews looks for Johnson right side. He fires it baseline to Raymert. Raymert trying to take the baseline, cut off once by Walsh, tries again, drives in, and the shot is swatted by Beasley, but Hill grabs the rebound for Neoga. He turns and puts up the 10-footer, and Hill gets it to fall. Caleb Hill with 5, makes it 24-9 as St. Anthony pounds it inside this time. Beasley with a shot, it's good. As he's fouled, he'll go to the line to try to get the free throw as well.
That pushes the lead to 17. Fouls on Lane Andrews, his first, 3 on Neoga in the half.
So Beasley takes a couple of dribbles, puts the free throw up, it's good. I've got him with 6, Greg. Can you double check that?
I have him with 8.
That makes sense. I didn't think I'd put down those 2 points that he just got. So it's 27-9, an 18-point advantage now for the Bulldogs as Neoga has it with Raymert. Left wing 3, rattles out, no good. Levitt up high for the St. Anthony rebound. Outlet to Walsh. Walsh brings it right down the lane, and he lost it. Picked up by Johnson, ahead to Raymert. He's all alone for the easy layup, and Drew Raymert sticks it up and in, taking advantage of the St. Anthony turnover. Their first this quarter, and it's 27-11.
Neoga some signs of life, but they've got to get a stop.
St. Anthony working it around the perimeter against this zone. Pass intended for Walsh out top is kicked, and it goes all the way down to the other end.
You know, this game at Neoga a couple of weeks ago we've been talking about, Neoga played great. And I'm sure Cody, being a really smart coach, said, hey, remember how well this team played the last time? Wonder what'll happen this time. You know, and then your kids respond like St. Anthony does, and you get up 27-11.
St. Anthony working the ball. They've got it in the corner to Nuxall. Long 2 from 16, no good. Levitt, though, grabs the rebound, flips it up. That shot's missed. This rebound taken by Mitchell Cornell, and he's fouled from behind. We'll sort it out.
So Cornell picks up his first board of the night. Fouls on Levitt. Adams first. 3 fouls on the Bulldogs.
Jacob Dust into the ball game. Now he's out of the ball game as Jack Nuxall replaces him for St. Anthony. Makes it with 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. It's 27-11. St. Anthony with the lead. Neoga with the ball. Hill on the right wing. Tries to penetrate. Cut off by Levitt with great defense. They got it to Raymert. Now to Cornell. He fires up a 3. Left it short. Rebound snagged out of there by Nuxall. And here comes the Bulldogs. They bring it up the right side. Neoga back defensively. They get it in the corner to Beasley. Beasley's fault swash. Cutting into the lane. And Walsh sticks it up and in.
Gabe, nice catch. And he's just big enough now that he can do things like that for you.
29-11. Back to the 18-point advantage for St. Anthony. 5:22 in the second quarter. Raymert out on the perimeter. Step back 3 short. Rebound still being fought for. Finally, Walsh has it. He brings it down, fires a baseball pass ahead to a cutting Jack Nuxall, and Nuxall gets his first 2 points of the night, and Neoga takes another timeout as St. Anthony is up 20 with 5:09 to play in the second quarter. We'll be back to the National Trail Conference Tournament in 30 seconds on 97.9 XFM.
Whether it's for a comprehensive eye exam or to check out the latest and greatest in Oakley, Maui Gem, or Ray-Ban Ophthalmics, visit Dr. Tony or Chris Weber at Weber Optics, located in both Effingham and now open their second location in Altamont and the Opilka Wellness Center. Weber Optics, where good vision is always in fashion.
We're with you everywhere you go.
Everywhere. The app has me connected all the time.
Get our app at the App Store or Google Play. 97.9 XFM.
121, St. Anthony has exploded to the 20-point lead here in the first half.
Yeah, 5 baskets all night for Neoga. And we're 3 minutes into the second quarter. St. Anthony is just so good at the transition game. If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Well, they're just grabbing the rebound and just exploding up court.
How do you defense that?
Neoga brings it across the timeline, working against St. Anthony man-to-man. Raymert spots a lane to the hoop. He drives in. He's fouled on his shot attempt as he hits the deck, and there's a couple Bulldogs there with the potential for the foul.
I think Nuxall, Jack gets his first foul. That's 4 on St. Anthony. On the shot,
Drew Raymert gets a couple of free throws.
2 more games tomorrow night here, 6:15, 7:45. And over on KJ Country tomorrow night, P-Town and Effingham girls basketball. That should be a honey of a game. Be on 7:15 tomorrow night.
Raymert's first free throw was good. Next one is up. It looks good. Oh, but it rattled out. Rebound taken down by Daters. He brings it up court. Leaves it with Levitt left side. Levitt hooks a pass baseline to Nuxall. Nuxall over here on the left side. Gets it back out top to Levitt. Now they go to Daters in the center circle. To Walsh at the wing. Beasley sends it over right side to Levitt. Back out top. They have it with Daters. Daters to Walsh, to Daters to Levitt. Out on the perimeter against Neoga's 2-3 zone. Now they find Levitt, or rather Beasley, who looks inside for the cutter. Nuxall under the basket, steps back to get away from the defense, and he sticks it up and in.
Jack had never dribbled, so he had the opportunity to step back and got the angle and got the shot.
33-12 the score with 4:15 to play in the second quarter. Neoga, Hill sends it over to Raymert. Raymert right side. Looks baseline for Andrews. Andrews stops, pops. Jumper from 10, left it short. Rebound to the weak side to Levitt. Over to Daters, who rifles a pass to Nuxall, and Nuxall sticks it up and in. Wow. St. Anthony leads 35-12.
They're quick.
Well, as soon as the shot goes up, somebody's leaking out, and St. Anthony's taking advantage of it because they know their size can get the boards inside. Neoga has it with Cornell. Cornell swings it over on the wing to Andrews. Andrews looks to Raymert. Raymert on the right side has picked up his dribble. Goes baseline to the post where Andrews is there. Draws a double team, works around it, sticks it off the glass, and it's good. That was a nice move by Lane Andrews.
A little bit of an angle and cashed in.
St. Anthony in a hurry as always. Neoga back defensively this time, so they slow things down. Beasley in the left corner. Looks for the cutter in the lane. That's Walsh. He leaves it left baseline for Nuxall. Jumper from 15, no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Levitt, and that'll allow a couple of subs for each team into the ball game.
Cade never looked at Jack when he made that pass. He just knew he'd be there, and Jack caught it in rhythm. The shot didn't go, but boy, it was a nice play. They're just so good at execution.
We'll just set the floor for you as we get the chance. Clayton Butler's back. He has it left wing out top to Raymert for Neoga. There's the other player, Jackson Clark, back into the ball game for the Indians. He finds Andrews at the top of the key, who gets it back to Butler. To Johnson. Johnson left wing, out top to Clark. Clark to Andrews. Andrews works it out top to Butler again, trying to solve the St. Anthony man-to-man. Johnson gets a screen at the top of the key. Now his double team. Got it to Butler, to Andrews. He's on the right baseline. Back out to Butler, to Raymert. Raymert to Clark, out top. Clark looking, finds Johnson top of the key. Johnson tries to penetrate, cut off, gets it to Butler. St. Anthony with a good defensive trip this time. Andrews has it on the right side. Not like it's the first time, by the way. Clark has it now.
This time is just an example.
Butler has it now on the right side as Neoga continues to try to work the offense. Butler spins it back and leaves it with Clark. They're on the right wing. Now they get it out top to Raymer. St. Anthony crowd appreciating the effort. Raymer drives in, stops, pops. 15-footer is good. So, despite all the good defense, Neoga still comes up with a bucket, but here comes St. Anthony right back at you. One pass and driving for the bucket is Alex Daters, and he sticks it up and in as he's fouled. Wow.
Fouls called on 3-3. That's Jackson Clark, his first. That's 4 now on Neoga. And the thing is, you look at Neoga's last trip.
Yeah.
Took about 1:11 to get a basket. St. Anthony took about 11 seconds to get a basket.
If that. Here's the free throw up and rattles home for Alex Daters. He has 11 to lead all scorers. Makes it 38-16 with 1:42 to play in the half. Raymer holding it out on the perimeter. Luke Ludwig into the ball game is hassling him.
Raymer's been a big part of the offense for Neoga.
Trevor Roy is checked in for Neoga. He gets it to Raymer, who drives baseline, leans in, shot up, no good because he's fouled, and we'll have to sort it out.
I think Runge got him. See if Darren Moses agrees. Nope. Fouls on Daters. Alex's first. 5 different St. Anthony kids have a foul.
So Drew Raymer back to the free throw line. First one's up, and it's good. He has 6 now in the ball game. And here comes Alex Beasley back into the ball game. Jack Nuxall returns. Alex Daters will have a seat, as does Adam Levitt. Raymer takes a few dribbles, puts this free throw up, and that's nothing but net. So Raymer has 7 for Neoga, makes it 38-18.
All of his 7 in this second quarter.
Neoga in that 2-3 zone. St. Anthony swinging it around the perimeter. Nuxall has it. Gets the top of the key to Walsh. Walsh back to Nuxall. Right side. Now right corner Beasley. Back on the wing to Nuxall. Into Runge. Runge in the post. Nice spin move. Hook shot, though, is no good. But Nuxall grabs the rebound. Clears it out of the lane with a pass to Beasley. Out to Walsh to Ludwig. Ludwig tries to drive the baseline, but he's fouled out there. And
Andrews got him.
Will this send him to the line for a 1-and-1? Nope, not yet.
Andrews' second foul. He and Clayton Butler each have 2 for Neoga.
Walsh looking. Finally lobs it in the corner to Ludwig. Back to Walsh. Corner 3, too strong. Rebound taken by Raymer. Neoga on the run. Raymer ahead to Andrews. Sweeps in for the layup. Too strong. Rebound taken down by Runge. Baseball pass ahead to Ludwig. His layup is good. So Luke Ludwig has his first points of the ball game on the assist from 94 feet away from Runge.
Nice pass. Is that stating the obvious?
40-18 with 33 seconds to play at half. Clark has it left side for Neoga. Gets it top of the key to Butler. Butler over on the side to Andrews. Back out top to Roy. Trevor Roy, the 5'9 sophomore, finds Andrews on the right wing. Lane gets it back out top to Butler. To Roy. Roy takes it to the left side with 12 seconds on the clock. He hands it off to Lane Andrews. Back to Roy. Roy gets it to Butler. He has to load up for a deep 3. Shots off the mark. Rebound Walsh. He throws it, and it hits a light here at Altamont High School gym in the ceiling.
Which needed cleaned.
Yeah, well, that's probably true.
That's pretty high up there. Somebody besides me is going to go
I was going to say, I'll let you do that.
Not a chance, man.
The score at the half, St. Anthony 40, Neoga 18. You're listening to semifinal action of the National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
2 points with a foul. Lane Andrews 1 for 3 from the field for 2 points with 2 fouls. Mitchell Cornell's 0 for 2 from the field, but does have a rebound. Quarters for Neoga, and Trevor Roy got to play some too. 7 and 11, Neoga's quarters for 18 points here at halftime. For St. Anthony, Cade Walsh is 2 for 4 from the field, made 2 twos, missed 2 threes, so he has 4 points with 4 rebounds and a foul. Alex Dater's 4 for 6 from the field, including 2 made threes, and he's 1 for 1 from the line. So he's already sitting on 11 points with 2 rebounds and a foul. Adam Levitt, 4 for 7 from the field, including a 3, so he has 9 points with a foul and 3 rebounds. Alex Beasley's 3 for 4 from the field, 1 for 1 from the line, including a 3, so he has 8 points to go with 2 boards. Jack Nuxall 3 for 6 from the field for 6 points with 3 rebounds and a foul. Brandon Runge missed a shot, has a couple of rebounds and a foul. And Luke Ludwig made the only shot he took. He has 2 points and no other stats. 21 and 19 for St. Anthony's. 40 points here at halftime. 40-18, St. Anthony in front of Neoga. Tomorrow night, 2 games here at 97.9 at Altamont at 6:15. It'll be a consolation bracket semifinal game. That'll be a matchup between St. Elmo Brownstown and CHBC. And then at 7:39, I think is about the time that game will start, Dietrich plays Windsor's Two Straws to see who plays the winner of this game for the tournament championship Saturday night. So a couple of good ones tomorrow night on 97.9 XFM. Of course, the House of Zach will be providing live sound and pictures and video and live streaming of audio and video, and he's just doing a heck of a job, and we're getting lots of compliments on the fact we can live stream this. And he's doing a wonderful job, and thanks to Altamont for letting us do it. They've got an internet connection that won't quit here, and that really helps us in bringing you live pictures and live video from this tournament. So thanks to them for doing that. And tomorrow night on KJ Country at 102.3, it's Effingham and T-Town girls basketball. Both teams have won 20 or more games. Both teams are in the top 10 in the state in their class, and they're playing each other tomorrow night at Effingham High School, and that's too good to pass up. We'll have it for you about 15 or 20 or 30 or so. That'll be on KJ Country at 102.3, and we're going to tape that one, videotape that one, besides having the live radio broadcast. So you'll be able to get copies of that later. So you can come here and then get a copy of that one later, and you're good to go. And with that, it's time to head it back to Matt for the second half.
Neoga ball as they trail this one 40-18 as Reese Johnson handles in backcourt, fires it up ahead to Roy, who gets the start in the second half. They go to Caleb Hill, now out to Johnson. Johnson sees a double team coming. He dribbles away from it, now spins back, gets it to Hill. Hill to the three-point arc over on the right wing. Doesn't like the opportunity, so he got it safely to Clark, who goes to Raymert. Baseline jumper from 12, rattles out, no good. Walsh a rebound. Here comes St. Anthony. Neoga back defensively, but Walsh still found Beasley inside, and Alex sticks it up and in.
Same book, just a new chapter.
Neoga beats it up court quickly as they handle the pressure, get it to Roy. St. Anthony back defensively, so the Indians have to slow down. Jackson Clark with it on the perimeter, goes to Reese Johnson right side. Johnson fires it inside. Posting up is Clark. His shot is blocked, but Clark got his own rebound, puts this one up, and he's fouled.
St. Anthony going to pick up their first foul of the half once Gary Westjohn administers it. And the foul's on Adam Levitt. That's the first St. Anthony player to get to the 2-foul level.
Jackson Clark spins it a few times in his hand, finds the spot he likes, puts the free throw up, and it's good. He has 3 in the ball game, making it 42-19 with 7:08 to play in the third quarter.
And by the way, we don't mess up sight lines up here. People that are new to this tournament come to the gym and say, who are those guys up there? They can't see us down there.
Free throw up and good. Clark connects again. He has 4, makes it 42-20 with 7 minutes on that third quarter clock. St. Anthony working it around the perimeter against Neoga's man-to-man this trip. As Daters is holding it left side, finds Walsh, gets it to Nuxall. Nuxall from the right wing. Penetrates, cut off, goes to Walsh, top of the key, over to Daters, back to Walsh, over to Nuxall. Nuxall on the right side, goes top of the key, pick and roll. They leave it underneath with Beasley, and Beasley sticks it up and in.
Give Jack Nuxall a big assist. He just heaved that ball down there low, and all Alex had to do is take one step and stick it in.
Clark with it, works at the hill, now to Johnson left wing. Neoga has Roy at the top of the key. He'll load up for a three and buries it.
Pretty shot.
I've never known a Roy that couldn't shoot it. There's Trevor with his first points of the night. Makes it 44-23.
Baby gets a rattle, baby gets a basketball.
Beasley has it, high post, sends it over to Walsh, left wing. Pick and roll down for Levitt. Levitt drives, puts it up and in.
Attacking the basket well.
Constantly. Levitt has 11. 46-23, 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
3 for 3 out of the gate here for the Bulldogs, as if they didn't need anything else going their way.
Johnson holding, now finds Clark out top. Clark looks for Hill, he's on the left side. Hill working against Nuxall, sends it over to Roy. Roy top of the key to Johnson, now to Hill. Corner three from the left side, left it short. Rebound taken out of there by Daters. Here's St. Anthony to Walsh, ahead to Nuxall. He stops and pops, shot rattles off, no good. Offensive rebound, Beasley had it. It's knocked away from him, though, out of bounds off of Roy. It'll stay with the Bulldogs.
And change will do you good for Neoga.
Zach Gresson checks in for the first time. Gresson's the 6'2 senior, replaces Clark. St. Anthony works the inbound. Beasley has it in the corner. Spins, gets it out top to Daters. Back to Walsh in that same left corner. And he fires a three and buries it. Cade Walsh has 7, and it's 49-23, a 26-point edge for St. Anthony, their largest of the night. Caleb Hill gets a screen out top from Gressons. They fire it back to him. Pass behind his shoulder, and it's taken away by St. Anthony as Walsh saves it into Daters. Daters drives all the way up court. Shot is blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs as they will inbounds from the side of the basket.
I'm going to have to get a stopwatch, use my stopwatch on my phone, and see how long it really does take them to get down the floor.
Inbounds goes right underneath the Beasley, who sticks it off the glass. It's good. He has 14 to lead the way for St. Anthony, and they're up 51-23.
Yeah, he's come out, hit his first 3 shots here in the second half.
Neoga's Caleb Hill has it at the volleyball spike line, puts it to dribble down just ahead of a travel possibly. Got it to Raymer. Raymer takes it back out towards the timeline, now towards the center circle, guarded by Nuxall. Raymer on the dribble, sees Johnson flash out there to catch the pass. He moves from the top of the key to the free throw line, looking for the backdoor cutter. Raymer, who flips the shot up, it's no good. Rebound taken by Levitt to Walsh down the middle of the lane. Nobody stops him. Now they do as they foul him, as Walsh will head to the line for a couple.
Neoga picks up their first foul of the half. Gary Westjohn, it says it's red. It is red. It's number 1 for Trevor Roy. First foul again on the Indians in the half. Trevor's first tonight.
4:22 to play in the third quarter. 51-23 the score as Walsh's free throw is up and good. Cade has 8 now in the ball game.
So remember, Neoga fans, this is getting a little lopsided. Neoga's going to get a comeback play in the third place game Saturday afternoon, get out of here in pretty good shape. They could go 2-1 for the week, and, you know, that's a pretty nice week.
Free throw again from Walsh. This one's good. He has 9 in the ball game. Here comes a pair of Bulldogs. Ludwig and Runge check back into the ball game. Beasley and Nuxall have a seat. Meanwhile, Neoga also made a change. Lane Andrews came into the ball game, replacing Caleb Hill. Neoga brings it across the timeline. Johnson on the dribble. Gets it out top to Roy. Roy from the center circle directs traffic. Guarded by Runge. That's an interesting matchup. They get it to Raymer. Raymer sends it over to Johnson. Now in the corner to Andrews. Andrews drives the baseline. Cut off by Ludwig. Gets it out top to Roy. Roy crosses over. Picks up his dribble. Spins and gets it to Gresson. Gresson's pass is picked off by Walsh. Walsh drives in, and Gresson gets back and swats the shot away. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Anthony, but Neoga fans appreciate the effort to get back after the turnover.
Great steal by Walsh. Great block on the shot by Gresson's. Golly, he got way up.
So the lob goes out to Runge at the top of the key to Walsh. Corner 3 on the way is left short. Rebound to Johnson. Johnson fires the pass up to Raymer. Raymer on the right wing. Looks inside. There's Andrews. He turns, puts the shot off the glass. It's good. So Neoga used a little up-tempo there to get 2 points.
Getting a bucket here and there. Keep running the offense. Keep doing what you got to do every game.
St. Anthony working the ball around the perimeter. Spin move. Daters takes the right baseline. Getting there to knock it loose, though, was Raymert, and Roy picks up the turnover. The first for St. Anthony this quarter. Ahead to Johnson into the lane. Leaves it with Gressens. Baseline jumper. Left it short from 10. Rebounds knocked loose, and Ludwig has it. Ludwig secures it. Leaves it with Walsh, and for one time, they walk it up. Now they find Daters in the left corner. He blasts to the baseline. Puts the shot off the glass. It's good.
They were trying to get you overconfident.
Alex Daters off the baseline drive has 13.
Makes a short walk.
Yeah. Pushes the lead back to 30 again, matching the largest for the Bulldogs. Roy on the perimeter, steps back, launches from 15. Shot no good from the free throw line. Rebound Daters. Walsh leaves it with Daters. Fires up a wing three, and he got it. Alex Daters with 16 now, makes it 58-25, and Neoga wants a 30-second timeout. 2:32 to play in the third quarter. Yep, you're right, Greg. It'll have to be a full. That's all they've got left. It's 58-25. St. Anthony leading Neoga here at the NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Special Pet Foods, where your special pet's palate is our priority. All the best brands with none of the hassle, located at Rickelman Plaza in Effingham.
Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Whether it's for a comprehensive eye exam or to check out the latest and greatest in Oakley, Maui Gem, or Ray-Ban Optomics, visit Dr. Tony or Chris Weber at Weber Optics, located in both Effingham and now open their second location in Altamont and the Opelka Wellness Center. Weber Optics, where good vision is always in fashion.
We're with you everywhere you go.
Everywhere. The app has me connected all the time.
Get our app at the App Store or Google Play. 97.9 XFM.
Opened up to their largest lead of the ball game with 2:30 to play in the third quarter. Cornell back into the ball game for Neoga. Handles, leaves it with Gressens at the top of the key. Now to Reese Johnson. He goes left baseline, puts up a tough shot from 10. No good. Rebound tipped around, and finally Ludwig claims it. He leaves it with Walsh. Walsh crosses the timeline where he hands it to Nuxall. Nuxall to Ludwig, over to Wyatt Lawrence into the ball game for St. Anthony. Gives it back, top of the key, Ludwig. Drives into the lane, ball is stripped, and it's taken away by Neoga as Cornell got his hands on it, and Roy picks it up. Now Neoga's Johnson tries to fire it up court to Cornell. Pass just a little off target, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Neoga. Second St. Anthony turnover, followed by the third Neoga turnover with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. St. Anthony works it to Lawrence, left wing. Wyatt sends it out top to Walsh, now to Ludwig. Inside, they try to go to Lawrence, but Roy steps in front of the pass and gets the steal. He goes to Lane Andrews, back to Roy, driving through the lane, who tried to hook a pass as he was fouled. And Roy hit the deck hard, but he gets up. I don't want to say no worse for wear.
They didn't have to peel him off the floor, and I was afraid about that for a minute.
So Neoga working to inbound the ball as the foul was on the floor. Roy has it at the center circle. Sends it over to Cornell. Mitchell works it to Johnson. Johnson sends it back out top to Gressens. Gressens swings it to Andrews. Andrews holds on the left wing. Still now on the dribble, takes it to the top of the key. Over to Roy. Roy looking for a screen from Cornell. Lost the handle, picks it up though, and bounces it out top to Lane Andrews. They go to Gressens. Gressens takes the left baseline, throws up a runner, left it short. Rebound Lawrence ahead to Walsh. Walsh has got Ludwig with him. Walsh spins in the lane, lost it, but he got it safely back out to Nuxall, who drives in the lane. His shot blocked by Gressens, and in the fight for the rebound, Ludwig went over the top for a foul.
And it will come the other way, obviously. Ludwig called for his first foul of the evening. Just 3 on St. Anthony in the half.
Runge and Walsh check out. Beasley and Dust check in. This is a pretty big lineup.
You got Lawrence, you got Dust, you got Beasley, you got pretty good guys up. Jack's 6'2".
Ludwig 6'4", out on the perimeter. Gee whiz.
It's a big old lineup for the Bulldogs.
St. Anthony's gone into a 2-3 zone. Neoga working it around the perimeter. Johnson flips it over to Cornell. He loads up a three. It rattled out. No good.
How'd that come out?
I don't know. Rebound to Jacob Dust. He gets it to Beasley, who runs it up court and leaves it with Ludwig.
We're right behind that basket. I can't believe that ball didn't go in.
19 seconds to play in the third quarter. They get it to Ludwig. Drives baseline. Stops, pops. Little jumper from 5. No good. Dust in a crowd. Grabs the rebound. Somehow muffled up a shot. But before he did so, a foul was called.
That's exactly what he did. He muscled up a shot.
Dust has walked to the charity stripe, but Gary Westjohn right away said the foul was on the floor, even though all of the players lined up around the free throw line in the lane.
Gary kept pointing out of bounds. Yeah. Moses was ready to inbound it out of bounds. Everybody was lined up.
But now St. Anthony comes to get the inbounds. They throw it to Dust, wide open off the little play, sticks it off the glass, and it's good.
Okay, they got the 2 points.
And they got it to Dust. They figured he worked so hard he deserved them. Meanwhile, Neoga runs it up court. There's a shot at the buzzer from Lane Andrews. Hit the front of the rim and crawled over to make the score 60-27 as we head into the fourth quarter. St. Anthony with the commanding lead in this semifinal matchup with Neoga. You're listening to High School Hoops on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their care specialists.
60-27 the score as St. Anthony works the inbounds. There's changes on the court, so we'll let you know about them as we go here. Adam Levitt works it to Beasley for St. Anthony. Over on the side to Alex Daters. Back out top to Jacob Dust, the Beasley left wing. Looking inside, still looking, can't find anybody, so he brings it out top and hands it to Jack Nuxall. Nuxall to Beasley. Beasley out top, Dust. Over to Nuxall right wing, inside. Nice look in the lane for Alex Daters, and as he puts up a shot, he's fouled. And Neoga will send St. Anthony to the free throw line.
Ben Altoff got him. Ben's just into the battle here for Neoga. Picks up the foul. Just 2 fouls on Neoga in the half.
Drew Raymert's back out there. Caleb Hill's in the ball game. Looks like Mitchell Cornell is out there with Lane Andrews, and, of course, you mentioned Ben Altoff. As that free throw is up and good for Alex Daters. He has 17 in the ball game. Makes it 61-27. Free throw up. Good. Daters with 18, and it's 62-27, matching the 35-point lead that they had in the third quarter.
He's got 18 points on 8 shots.
That's pretty good.
How's that? Yeah.
Neoga skips it over the zone defense of St. Anthony. Hill has it now. Works the baseline to Altoff. Back to Hill. He's on the right side. Gets the top of the key. Raymer to Hill. Baseline Altoff. Altoff draws a crowd. Pass out. It's tipped and taken away by Daters, who leaves it with Levitt. Levitt shovels it back to Daters, driving the left baseline. Draws a crowd. Gets it in the corner to Levitt for 3, and he buries it. Adam Levitt with 14.
I don't know when I've seen St. Anthony play better. No. I've seen him play great this season. I don't know if I've ever seen him play better this season.
They just seem so comfortable, relaxed, and just continuing to do what the game allows them to. Neoga forces it inside. Cornell's trying to work against Dust, and a blocking foul's whistled inside.
I think Jacob might have hipped him. Let's see if Gary Westjohn agrees. He does. Let's see, first on Jacob, 4 on the Bulldogs.
Checking out of the ball game is Jacob Dust, and also checking out Jack Nuxall. Back in is Brandon Runge. And, well, let's see, who else checked back in there? Was it Walsh? Yeah, Walsh. I think Walsh is back.
Yes.
Baseline, they go to Altoff for Neoga. Pass knocked loose, but it's out of bounds off of Daters' fingertips.
You can't even take for granted passing it out top. Somebody's always getting their hands on the ball.
Neoga works the inbound. They get it back to Hill, who loves the trigger man. They go to Altoff. This time he goes baseline and puts the 15-footer up and in. Finn Altoff's first 2 points of the tournament makes it 65-29, and that was popular with the Neoga faithful.
Born to score.
St. Anthony works it to Beasley. Lob inside to Runge. In a crowd, triple teamed, and a foul is called. On the floor, it'll be St. Anthony ball under the hoop.
Here's the foul. It goes against Mitchell Cornell, his first. 3 fouls on Neoga this half. More changes.
Beasley sits down with Alex Daters. Luke Ludwig and Wyatt Lawrence return for St. Anthony.
Good, he keeps running the same 8 in and out. He sure has rotated a lot tonight.
Inbounds goes to Runge. He puts the shot up and in. Brandon Runge has his first 2 points of the night, making it 67-29.
I guess the same 9 to be correct. Same 9 kids. Because Lawrence has joined the fray.
Neoga working it out top. Raymert and Hill playing catch. Now they go to Andrews left wing. Back out to the center circle to Raymert. Raymert looks in. High post. There's Andrews flashing. Puts up the 15-footer. No good. Rebound is batted loose, and Walsh finally claims it for the Bulldogs. Leaves it with Ludwig in the corner. Back out top, Runge. He'll fire the top of the key 3. It's off the mark. Wyatt Lawrence dives in to grab the rebound, and he saves it to Levitt, who got it in the lane to Runge. Hop step through the paint. Shot no good because Runge was hit. And Brandon heads to the line for a couple.
The foul, 32-23. I'm dyslexic. Drew Raymert's first foul. 4 fouls on Neoga this half. Did I mention St. Anthony was 8 of 13 from that in that third quarter, including 2 out of 3 on threes, 2 for 2 from the line, 10 rebounds. They had 26 rebounds, just 3 more turnovers. Neoga 3 for 12, 1 for 3 on threes. They made both their foul shots. Just 2 rebounds, but only 3 turnovers.
Jackson Clark returns with Zach Gressens for Neoga. St. Anthony's made some substitutions as well. Quentin Melville's in the ball game for the first time. Runge's free throw is up and good, so he has 4. And now he'll check out as Jacob Dusk replaces him. And by the way, Bryson Wall, a 6'4 junior, is in the ball game now for St. Anthony. Neoga's Raymert gets it across the timeline. Spins away from the defense, goes to the right baseline where his pass is batted down by Ludwig. He falls to the floor, but somehow saved it to Lawrence. Ahead to Wall. Wall out to Melville. Right wing 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound Wyatt Lawrence. He's grabbed a couple of offensive boards for St. Anthony. Gets it over to Melville. 5 minutes to play in this 40-point affair as St. Anthony gets the top of the key to Dust. Dust over to Melville. Quentin on the dribble on the left wing, goes to Wall out top. Into Lawrence, turns, puts a shot up, no good because he's fouled, and that's Raymert with another one.
So, Lawrence looking to get in the scorebook. Foul on Raymert, his second. He's gotten 2 here really quickly. 5 on Neoga now in the half, although they've got 6 on the board, which means I missed something. That's what that means.
Wyatt Lawrence, first of 2, is on the way eventually. Here we go, and it's up. Oh, off the back of the rim, too strong. He'll try again, though.
Tomorrow night, 2 games here. We'll have the Effingham T-Town girls game on KJ about 7:30 tomorrow night, so we got you covered tomorrow night. 4 here on Saturday.
That free throw is good for Wyatt Lawrence. He goes 1 for 2 at the line, makes it 70-29. As St. Anthony sees Neoga launch a 3 from out top. Raymert's shot rattles out, no good. Dust to rebound, leaves it with Melville. Melville pushes it up court into the lane, lost the handle, but he got it off safely to Wall. Now to Ludwig. Ludwig directs some traffic from the left wing. Now goes to Dust. Inside posting as Wall. Puts up a shot, no good because he's fouled. And now Wall will head to the charity stripe.
Pound it inside. Kill you with 3s. Gressen's got this foul, his second. That's the foul I missed. And that's enough to give St. Anthony the bonus if they needed more help.
Wall's first free throw is no good. A trio of Indians come in as Johnson, Roy, and Cornell return. Gressens has a seat. Also having a seat, I believe, was Raymert. And someone else had to sit down, but I missed him.
You're right, Raymert's not in there.
Free throw is no good. Neoga has the rebound. Johnson hustles it up court. Leaves it out top with Clark. Clark goes right side. Ball got stuck on his hip. Lost it. Gets it back. Leaves it out top with Cornell. Cornell to Johnson. They swing it to Roy left side. Roy brings it out top. Again goes to Johnson left wing. Matched up with Melville. They send it out to Cornell. Cornell works from the top of the key where he leaves it to Jackson Clark on the right wing. Clark circles it out high to Johnson to Roy left wing. Roy goes to the baseline. Looks inside, nothing doing. Circles it all the way out top and now leaves it on the left side to right side to Clark, who moves in for a shot. It's no good because he's fouled.
Yeah, I think Bryson Wall got him going up. And Charlie and the officials agree. Bryson's first foul, St. Anthony's fifth in the half.
So, with 3:41 to play in the fourth quarter, free throw on the way for Jackson Clark is up and good. So he has 5 in the ball game. Makes it 70-30, back to that 40-point advantage. This free throw is up, and it's good. A couple of nice free throws there from Jackson Clark, and now he will check out. And Evan Fritcher, wearing number 24. Oh, nope.
No, it's not Evan. That's who that was supposed to be, but it's not.
I think it's Chase Lake, I believe, is what they said. We'll try to double check. Meanwhile, St. Anthony works it up court. They go baseline to Ludwig. Back out top to Melville. Melville swings it on the right side to Luke Ludwig. They try to go to Wall, or Wall tries to go rather inside to Lawrence and pass over everybody out of bounds for St. Anthony's first turnover of the fourth quarter.
They only have 7 turnovers in the game for blowing up and down the floor like this.
That is impressive. Meanwhile, Neoga working the offense. They spin it out to Roy. Roy moves to the free throw line. Jumper from 15, no good. Good box out from St. Anthony and Bryson Wall. Outlet to Melville, who brings it up the right side. Leaves it back out top with Ludwig. Ludwig looking in, nothing there. So he goes to Lawrence, who's in to Dust. Dust posting up, shot no good, but he's bumped, and he'll head to the charity stripe. And after his first free throw, we'll see a number of more substitutions for St. Anthony, and even one for more for Neoga.
And by the way, speaking of Jacob Dust, that makes me think of Dustin Son, where he's been many times, and Lynn Dust Banker, who's taken the Bellettes to the state tournament tomorrow, and good luck to them as they're back going for a chance to get to the finals on Saturday in Bloomington. So all you Bulldogs fans are pumped about that too.
A couple of Bulldogs sit down as that was Ludwig and Lawrence having a seat. Meanwhile, Dust's free throw this time is good. He goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, and now he will check out as Ben Strollmeyer replaces him. Alex Brandenberger into the ball game, as well as Caden Fearday for St. Anthony, as they appear to have emptied their bench. Chase Banning is on the court for Neoga, and he has a pass slip right through his hands out of bounds. It'll belong to St. Anthony on the Neoga turnover. Their third in the quarter. Meanwhile, Neoga makes a substitution as Roy comes back into the ball game. Trevor replaces Ben Altoff. So St. Anthony working the ball around the perimeter. Strollmeyer has it, leaves it with Melville. Melville looking inside, now tried to get it in there. Ball was knocked loose. Melville gets it back. Now he hooks a pass all the way across the court to Brandenberger in the right corner. He sends it out and settles things down with a pass to Fearday. Fearday goes to Melville, who drug the pivot foot as he was trying to make a pass inside to Strollmeyer. Turnover for the Bulldogs, their second of the fourth quarter.
Speaking of twos, 2-2-2 to go in the game. Boy, Bob Lockhart's always talking. Look at him and Gary Westjohn, them just grinning. Bob understands you get beat once in a while, and you get beat bad sometimes, but you keep working.
Neoga working the ball around the perimeter. They've got it with Johnson. Now out top, there's a three from Chase Banning. It's off the mark. Strollmeyer goes up and gets a strong rebound for Neoga. Shuffles it off to Melville. Melville sends it up court to Fearday. Fearday holding on the left side. Now brings it to the top of the key. Leaves it with Strollmeyer to Melville. Melville bounces it for Bryson Wall at the top of the key. Gets it to Brandenberger, who drives baseline. Cut off, out to Melville. Over to Fearday. Fearday right side, steps around the screen, leans in. Shot for two, I think was blocked. Rebound in there taken down by Brandenburger. He got it to a teammate. That was Strollmeyer, I believe, in the crowd. And as he tried to put up a shot, he's fouled.
So Big Ben going to the line there. Foul on Neoga. Mitchell Cornell. I had him for 4. I had him for 1.
Well, Strollmeyer puts the first free throw up and in for St. Anthony.
I think I have a problem here.
Checking out of the ball game for Neoga is freshman Reese Johnson. Back into the ball game, Ben Altoff, the 6'3 senior, return.
But at least Cornell didn't foul out. Then I'd have really felt bad.
Free throw for Strollmeyer is good. He hits them both, makes it 73-31 as St. Anthony is enjoying the lead over Neoga here with 1:27 to play in the contest. They work it out top to Roy, who shakes free from the defender, looks inside. Shot is up, no good for Ben Altoff, but Altoff earns a trip to the free throw line by making a nice cut to the hoop and drawing the foul.
Foul on Bryson Wall. He's picked up a couple here. Still just 6 on St. Anthony.
Free throw for Altoff. Little strong, hits the heel of the rim and bounces off, no good. You look down at the benches, Coach Lockhart talking to his kids on the bench, always coaching, especially this young part of the team. Free throw up, this time is good. So Ben Altoff goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He has 3 points, makes it 73-32 with 1:15 to play. Fearday, left wing with it for St. Anthony. Swings it out top to Wall. Now they leave it with Melville on the right side. They go over across the way once again to Brandenburg. Nice leave underneath for Strollmeyer. Reverse layup, good. Ben Strollmeyer with 4 makes it 75-32 with under a minute to play in the contest. Neoga's Trevor Roy sets up the play. Leaves it with Banning out top. Banning puts it on the floor. Bounces it to Lake. Lake sends it over to Cornell. He loads up a 3. Shot no good. Rebound snagged by Brandenburger. Fires it ahead to Strollmeyer, who gets it back out top to Melville. And I think St. Anthony might just work the ball around the perimeter here. 25 seconds to play. They're winning 75-32, and they're just playing catch with it out top. Fearday and Strollmeyer working it now to the top of the key to Alex Brandenburger, to Melville, to Fearday. 12 seconds and counting. And that's pretty much going to be the final score. 75-32. Neoga falls to St. Anthony as St. Anthony moves into the championship game of the 83rd Annual NTC Tournament. Neoga will play for 3rd on Saturday afternoon. Final score, once again, St. Anthony 75, Neoga 32. You're listening to the NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Special Pet Foods, where your special pet's palate is our priority. All the best brands with none of the hassle, located at Rickleman Plaza in Effingham.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Whether it's for a comprehensive eye exam or to check out the latest and greatest in Oakley, Maui Gem, or Ray-Ban ophthalmics, visit Dr. Tony or Chris Weber at Weber Optics, located in both Effingham and now open their 2nd location in Altamont and the Opilka Wellness Center. Weber Optics, where good vision is always in fashion.
We're with you everywhere you go.
Everywhere. The app has me connected all the time.
Get our app at the App Store or Google Play. 97.9 XFM.
be able to run hard. I mean, that doesn't take a super amount of skill to just run really fast and as hard as you can down the court, but our guys do it, and they do a good job of finding each other.
And to execute, cash in on the other end. That takes a lot of skill, and you only had 8 turnovers blowing up and down the floor like that. That's a heck of a number.
Yeah, it is, because sometimes you just get those just by playing fast, by making a little bit errant pass, by maybe not making it right on the money, and then that definitely was a good night of putting the ball right where it needed to be and catching it and finishing it.
You had a bunch of, you shot 28 out of 47 from the field, so whoever had the ball was hitting, and that's tough to defend.
It is. I thought we did a great job of crashing the glass and being strong with it down low and getting high on the glass to making our bank shots, which is a big reason for that good number.
You bet. And rebounds, guys, you had a 33-9 edge on the boards tonight.
Yeah, whenever you're able to rebound like that, good things are going to happen for your team.
You bet. And I keep pouring all these numbers on, and I'm a number guy, so 12 out of 16 from the line, 7 out of 14 on threes.
We really did play well, didn't we?
I'm telling you, man, I'm looking at these numbers and I'm thinking, holy cow.
I think our guys came out with a lot of intensity, a lot of urgency. We wanted to make sure that nothing crazy happened, that we weren't going to be able to play it Saturday night for the late game. And I thought we did a great job of playing that way. We didn't come out lackadaisical. We didn't come out with, we're not happy to be here or whatever the case is. And I think that is a big reason for shooting the ball well, for being in rhythm because you're intense and you're focused. And I thought they did a great job of that.
Yeah, you're whatever and 2 wherever you are. Here.
Right.
Playing somebody else, someplace else. You're always St. Anthony. You're always going to have a target on your back.
Exactly.
And I guess you're expected to play this well, or expected to play well.
Right. You're always expected to play well. You're always expected to play close to your best. So when you don't, and games a little bit closer, people are kind of like, oh, they're not that. It's tough to play your best every night.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely do think tonight we came out and we're definitely sharp. I wanted to maybe send a message to whoever we're going to play that, we're going to be ready and we're going to be fired up. Because like you said, we're St. Anthony. We're going to play our game no matter who we're playing against. And, be ready to go.
You had, 7 kids, 8 kids. 7 that you played a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Because Brandon and Luke were in all the time on rotation. Jacob got to play a lot later. Wyatt got in there, and then all the mod squad came in later in the game. And execution, man, that's the key.
Yeah, those guys there, those guys, JV guys, the guys at mod squad, whatever you want to call them, they're the guys that get into the game. They're also learning, too, that those minutes, the score is in hand, but that's their time to play varsity basketball and to get themselves ready for next year or for the next JV game or whatever the case is, because in practice they compete. In practice there's times they beat the top squad. So, they've learned that when they go in there, it's not just to throw up shots, it's not just to run out the clock. They're in there to play because they've earned those minutes to play, and I was very pleased with the way they came in and kept running the offense. They executed the way we want to execute. They played tough on defense, because they're all good players too.
I'm going to be repeating myself. I've already talked about stats, but you had good balanced scoring. Cade got you got a 3, got some foul shots down. Alex Daters had a tremendous shooting night with 6 of 8 tonight, and that included 3 threes. Just lots of people did a lot of good things. Adam got his points, as he always seems to do. Alex Beasley really helped out of the gate. Then he got 3 for 3 to start the second half. You had a load of people do well.
Yeah, those guys have all scored for us this year. Been our leading scorer at some point in time. And like I said, when Alex gets in a rhythm like that, he can really, really pour it in. Adam's kind of, like I said, becoming just Mr. Consistent, where he's going to find his rolls to the hoop. He's going to spot up for 3 when he can, and he's going to get some offensive rebounds and keep plays alive. Adam does a tremendous job for just being consistent for us. Beasley's becoming very consistent here, where he's just picking his spots and being very efficient, being a little more aggressive with that 3-point shot, which is nice to see. And Cade, I think Cade's doing a really good job right now of not only managing the game, but he's being aggressive. He's looking for his spots, and whenever you got to worry about him scoring, then that's going to open up everybody else still some more. So, they all definitely played a very nice ball game.
We've talked about this years in the past. You're a National Trail kid. You played in this tournament. You coached in this tournament. There is something special about Saturday night at this place.
It really is. This place is, I expect a packed crowd no matter who we play. And, you clear the gym, get all those early games. So if you come over here early and gets the feel for it then, and then it clears out, and now all of a sudden this place is just jam-packed wall to wall. Now with you guys on the radio and on the TV and on the internet, whatever, I mean, it just makes for a very fun environment, a special night to remember, and it's one I know we've been in there 4 out of 5 years here, so we're definitely looking forward to not taking any of them for granted.
Very good. Thank you for the visit.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Have a good evening. Bulldogs coach Cody Rinker, I appreciate him coming up and being our guest on the post-game show. Bob Lockhart's been nice enough to stick around, and so we'll visit with the Neoga coach here and talk about this one and let him talk about his kids. Bob, thanks for coming up. Everything else equal, it's tough when the ball doesn't go in the hole, isn't it?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think, we played a team that played exceptionally well. You got to give credit where credit is due. The biggest thing we were concerned about coming into the game was, as I talked about the other night, their ability to go from D to O and O to D. And, tonight it was us chasing, trying to get back. We didn't handle their transition at all. Nobody back deep. But then, you got to look at their kids. Walsh does a great job pitching the ball ahead. Their kids do a good job running and finishing. And at times it felt like I was watching a layup fest a little bit the first half. And then you know what happens. Then when you do get back and they run their stuff, you're chasing. And then the 3 shots are easier because there's not a lot of stress because, they know they can get to the rim and transition whenever they need to. So, tip my hat to Cody and having his kids prepped and ready, and they came with a purpose tonight. We did too. I mean, I was happy for the opportunity. Our kids were excited all day, excited about the opportunity, the whole atmosphere, as I hear you guys talk about. That's what you want for your kids. I know our kids are very disappointed in maybe not the outcome, but just in the way the game unfolded and those things. But that's part of athletics, and there's lessons to be learned from that as well.
Absolutely. And I say this, and I hope it's as complimentary as I mean it to be, to see where Neoga was 3 or 4 years ago, to see where you are now, the final score tonight aside, it's exciting. I mean, you're at 500 even after the loss tonight. Future's looking pretty good.
Well, we talked the other night, our seniors have put in a lot, and a lot of these kids had to play varsity minutes when physically they were not ready to play at this level. And, that can be tough, and you always worry about in the long run, does that set them back in which they never recover from? These kids have handled it very well, and our coaching staff has done a real good job in handling that and working with them and talking to them, and they've invested a lot of time, as a lot of programs do.
Yeah.
And I always tell kids, hey, the other team practices too and does a lot of the same things you do, so let's just worry about us. But, like I said, I think the world of these kids, even though we're hard on them at times, as all coaches are, and you hate for things like this, but again, we appreciate you seeing that, and it's to their hard work and their stick-to-itiveness, but also they've matured a little bit physically, and that helps as well. So, just keep working. I told them at the end, the last time out, this is one game, one loss. Deal with it, get over it in 24 hours, and then the real test of character, which you learn in athletics, is going to be this game Saturday.
You bet. And you're playing on Saturday.
Right.
And that's a good thing in this tournament.
Well, I mean, it's the time of the year that you want to be playing instead of practicing, if I was a kid. And the second thing is this, somebody asked me, well, how are we going to get these kids up ready to play Saturday after something like that? Well, these kids are seniors, and I told a couple of them on the bench, as the game was going in the fourth quarter, it's your job to get us ready for Saturday. Mm-hmm. There's no Newt Rockney speeches. That stuff is, that stuff doesn't work. It comes down to your players. It's a player's game, and are we going to be there? Plus, we're getting an opportunity to play a team, whoever it may be, that we have already played, and both of them got us. So again, it ought to be hopefully a good ball game and an opportunity for us to keep climbing and keep working and progressing towards the end of the season. So again, like you said, it's a good test and a good opportunity to get the opportunity to play to see if we can deal with that.
I've seen you grow, and I know you don't teach in the Neoga district, but you're around it enough, and you've been in education for enough years to realize maybe your teams, maybe I'm being too philosophical here, Bob, but maybe the basketball team's a microcosm of what's been going on in the Neoga district, because just like the basketball program was struggling, so was the district. District's on a good footing now. Basketball team's on a good footing.
Well, I mean, the good thing about it is this. I've been a lot of places, and I've been around a lot of kids over these almost 40 years now, and kids are kids, and kids are good kids, and I think the world of them, and sure, you have different names, different whatever, but again, I feel very fortunate. The people there are great people. The kids are great to work with, and we always laugh about it as coaches, but they'll all be there tomorrow for practice, and that's a testament to them, because it's not easy to take a thumping like that. But as I told them, Mom said there'd be days and nights like this sometimes when you do certain things in life, and this was one of them.
You bet. We'll look forward to seeing you Saturday.
Appreciate everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Neoga coach Bob Lockhart, appreciate him coming up for the post-game visit. And St. Anthony a winner tonight, 75-32 over the Indians.